That was an expensive fall. Hello everybody and welcome back to Deemer's Dominion. Today we're going to take a look at flametoys Kurokarakuri Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. Now most of you probably already know that these are high-end action figure kits. Flametoys makes beautiful non-transforming figures. The nice thing is that these are all licensed by Hasbro. They are authentic, as you see with the stickers on the box there. As you can see on the box art here, it's showing off the beautiful figure and his posability. Wonderful colors and illustration here. Going around the box, it is one of the ones that can just slide open. It's magnetically sealing. And it reveals a preview of the box of what's inside, along with some additional artwork on the inside box cover as well. So we're going to take a look here and then take everything out of the box. Alright, so what we see here is nice long sword. Looks like a base perhaps for the sword. The figure itself, which is wrapped nicely along with additional face plates. So we're going to go ahead and see what lies beneath. Here we have some weapons and additional hands of all varieties. Underneath is a stand. We'll go ahead and pull this out. As well as instruction manual, as you can see. And they actually included some batteries here, quite a few batteries. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way so we can go on and build what's going on. Okay, so first order of business is we will take the instruction manual out. And here you see detailed instructions, grayscale kind of with just the yellow movement instructions. There you have it. Okay, so let's get Pretty Boy out of his freeze-dry pack. Maybe here for you. It's quite nice. Quite small. Here is the other one, battle damaged face. Very nicely done. Here's one of my favorite parts, is taking the plastic out. Look at this beautiful figure. Wow. Wow. Just take a look at those details. Beautiful Autobot insignia. That is actually not a sticker. That's molded plastic. Just beautiful, nice, solid, hard plastic. And you can definitely tell that there is a ton of die cast in this as well. Very weighty figure for its size. Just look at the colors, really pop. The details are really great. Look at that spine there. Let's be thoughtful about taking this plastic out so we don't ruin any of the panels. Wow. Hello, beautiful. Here we have, looks like a jetpack.
See how beautiful details are here. Very well rendered colors, details, plastic quality is top notch. It looks like there are the holes right there. 1, 2 to match the pegs here. Oh, all right, we're gonna get to you in a minute, my friend. Don't you worry. It's the sword. Oh, sword in the stone kind of thing going on here. The Autobot insignia here. I'm gonna just, oh yes. Let's take a look at that beautiful detail here. Very well detailed. Even has the Autobot logo there in the center. Kind of looks like it mimics the Matrix look there. This has like a flecking in the plastic to look metallic on this gray silver edge here. Just really gorgeous little piece. Oh, oh, whoa. That's cool. That's cool. And can we put it in the stone here? And that sits beautifully like that.
So just a couple quick things before I forget. First of all, a huge thank you to my wife who actually got this as a gift for me. Very big thank you, because these are not inexpensive products by any means. When they first came out, they retailed for anywhere between $450 to $550 USD when they first came out, and on the aftermarket, they are crazy prices. So as I continue to go through this review, think to yourself, if you're interested, if that kind of value is something that you would want for your collection.
Okay, so the freeze-dried pack for the hands, weapons, and that's what they look like. So you can see the swords there, battle axes, his ion blaster, and all the hand options that you could want. Slightly open, open, pointing, most open, and of course he has the closed fists on currently, but this is his beautiful ion blaster. Here's the battle axe. Now this, I love how like there's some transparency in this plastic here that you can see the inner detail to give it that 3D effect there. That's very cool. That's very cool. The Indiana Jones sword with the transparent plastic. Oh, and that comes down too. And this pegs in. That's cool, so you could probably peg it on him. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Okay, and here he is with all the accessories laid out, minus the stand. And like this, to maneuver him and hold him appropriately. He does have kind of an automorphing waist there. When you twist him, you can see how his hip here moves out of the way. Very smart detail there so you don't scratch anything. You have his crunch there, and then the details you can see here expose and move. That's pretty cool. We've got some wrist action here, which should translate into these pistons pumping in and out. That's pretty cool. Very cool. You have the elbow swivel, upper bicep. Obviously we just saw this. And Here we have beautiful details on the inner arm, underarm there. And then these can pop up. And then this beautiful. And then look, as you compress the arm and hand, it all gets beautiful details in there.
And you can see the inner frame and joints all seem to be die cast, which is cool.
Gorgeous details there. That's beautiful. We have an upper thigh swivel here. Double jointed knees there. That's gorgeous. Look at the details here too when the knee bends. Oh, look at that. It moves by itself as it. Very smart. Very smart. This is really well engineered. Even the bottom of the feet are metallic metal details here. Behind the heel, the lights, wow. But, ooh-wee, can he flex around? The head here. That detail on the inside. Great range of motion. Here, of course, we have also 30-degree butterfly. You can also apparently do side-to-side movement here. There you go. And you can see here the details as he moves. Got a nice high kick. Again, look as that comes down. What a pose. What posability. It's just amazing. This is a ball joint, so has quite a range of motion on the foot, ankle, tilts. These can move out for a little bit. Extra movement. You can see the socket in there probably. So he does have a bit of range of motion in there. There's a better view. So it does have quite a range of motion. So another mechanism I want to show is how these joints move here. So when you pay attention here, when you bend the knee, you see how this starts moving in, this starts collapsing in, and how the back of the heel moves on its own, gets pushed out. I think that's really brilliant. Very thoughtful how they really thought of all the movements working together in unison. So another feature I just realized about the sword here is in here, if you can see, when you basically use the cross guards in together, if you look inside, it becomes dark. And then when you pull it backward, it becomes transparent again. There's a little metallic event that rises in there. And then this extends out. That extends out to expose the detail. This comes down as well. And then that is the blaster fully transformed. What a difference. These rotate. And compact. So, I discovered that the reason these exist, these pegs exist on the side here, is so that they can actually be pegged in on the side of the figure here. See the little hole here? And that peg goes in here, like that. And he can have it like that. And then the other one, basically the same thing. Bang it in. Like that. And then that's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. As I showed you earlier with the jetpack. So these are movable side to side. The wings clip in and out. And then of course, we can peg them right here. Like that. And now he has his jetpack. Apparently this opens up to expose some nice detail in there. And then you can take his blaster, collapse it all, and store it in the back. Like that. That's a neat little gimmick. That's pretty cool. I love smart weapon storage. And this is pretty brilliant. Man, he's beautiful. What an awesome looking figure. These are also the side armors detachable. Not sure what the purpose of having that detachable or not would be necessarily. That's a nice thick plastic, great detail. And that just 2 pegs, 2 holes. Pops back in. Also, I realized what you can do is also attach the sword to this clip on the back. There's this clip here, the third part. What a beautiful way to armor up. Really, really cool. Just really great figure all around. Very high quality materials everywhere. Nothing feels cheap. Nothing feels like it is going to break or, I mean, everything is heavy and sturdy and plastic is thick. Everything is beautifully painted. Everything feels nice and solid. What a gorgeous, gorgeous piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out his hands and get these grippy hands right here, as you can see. And it holds the axe really, really well. And these are just ball joints and they just pop in, as you can see here. And it was very easy to pop out. And there you go. And he does have a super firm grip of that axe. That's not going anywhere. Take this one, do the same. As you can see how easy that came out. And we'll just tuck that back in there, nice. And now as he's all armored up here, he's coming for you. He is menacing. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get the stand out. Okay, so this is plastic. It is sturdy plastic, nice and thick. Here's the design. I don't see any emblems or logos or storage. That would have been nice to have a little storage on the base to keep all the accessories in. Okay, so basically this would come out like this. This gets rotated. This little lever actually locks the height adjuster. If you pull it out like that, adjust the height here, but you can see from inside where each step goes. Then you lock it and it stays. And then this part can just sit into either position here, depending on how far back. And then those just sit in any one of these places. And then plug in here. So this just slides in the booty hole, locks in place, so you can have him in any kind of aerial position, or maybe you want him lower, or even on the stand itself. Pretty neat, pretty basic, pretty simple but effective. You have a lot of options there.
And now for the transformation. Psych!
Okay, so we're going to begin the process of putting in some of these batteries here that were included, which was really, once again, really nice that they included them. But I suppose at this kind of price point, one would hopefully expect that they do that. And so the first point of interest is going to be on his back. What we're going to do is unscrew this tiny little screw here first to get to the first set of LR41 batteries. And I think there's going to be 3 in there. So give me a moment and we'll go ahead and do that. So go ahead and unscrew this. And be careful not to lose the screw, of course. It is tiny. And as you can see, this is where we are going to put our 3 LR41s in there. And you can see it's labeled inside. So you can see how tiny these LR41s, if you've never seen them before, they're quite tiny, little watch battery size, smaller than normal watch batteries. But they will go so that the smaller side, the negative side, faces to the right, and the positive side faces to the left. And as you can see, I did insert all 3 batteries facing that direction. And we'll go ahead and close up his back panel once again. There you go. And as you can see, his eyes are lit up really nicely. His chest is lit up as well. You can flap those open and reveal the beautifully colored matrix. Love that purple glow. Those red eyes are really bright. And the buttons to turn them on and off are right on his shoulders here. This turns off the chest here. This one press. Yep. Okay, so that is for the chest. And on the other side is for the eyes in the matrix. Really neat. Really neat. Okay, so that is one set of lights. On to the next. So the other set of batteries are going to be located on this knee. Basically lift it up 45 degrees away, and you can see that there's a peg there, a hole there where it goes into. Tiny little screws right here, just one screw. You're going to have the battery, and there's the switch right above it. So you can see, and that is going to flick it on and flick it off. Once again, little screwdriver. You can see the on-off is written right there. And then you're going to put the same direction. Now I did flip the knee over. It's like this. If you flip it over 180, that's how you get the correct positioning of the batteries and the switch on-off. So let's go ahead and get the batteries. Okay, so there's 2 batteries in there, as you can see. There's the switch. So you can see it did turn on in the knee there. And then you can just screw this bad boy back on. The nice thing is when you put the cover on, the switch is not obstructed by the cover plate. I'll put that back in and do the same for the other knee. Once again, align it correctly so that the negative is to the right, positive is to the left. Positive is the big flat side, negative is the smaller indented side. It just pops in like that. And then test it. You can see that there's already some light there. Then you can pop that back in. That's all the batteries there. Let's turn off the lights and turn on all his lights. Look at that. Look at that glow. Complete darkness. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so the last thing to show you, I guess, would be switching out his battle armor mask to one of the included face sculpts that they've included the faceplates to switch out. What we're going to need to do is pull the front armor, the top armor here off. Okay. And then we're going to push that back. It just pops out from the underneath there. And then we'll put on his other face mask here. So you can see that's really nice. I like that one a lot. It's like a younger Optimus, Orion Pax kind of face. Also has reminiscence of a bit of Ultra Magnus as well. That's gorgeous, actually. I love that. Okay, and here we have him with his battle damaged face. As you can see, also very nice sculpt. Which of the faces do you like the best? I don't know, I think I like the first one, and the battle mask, of course, is can't go wrong with the battle mask, but I think this one might be my favorite. It's got like little metallic deep red maroon eyes there, nice silver paint on the chin, kind of like a goatee effect. Okay, back to his normal face, his normal pose. Let's go ahead and try out some of these weapons in his hands. And I know that my daughter is going to ask me, Bubba, do his cat ears move? And sadly, her obsession with his cat ears is going to be a little bit disappointed, but that's okay. It's beautiful and it is sharp, so be careful. Really loving this figure. Really, really loving this figure. All right, let's get some weapons action here, other than his battle axe. And unfortunately on his battle axe, there are no pop-out pins, pegs to clip onto the side. That would have been pretty cool to have them on the side there, maybe like that. That would have been cool. I don't know, would they stick on his back maybe with the clip? So let's see, would it clip on anywhere here? Unfortunately, there's no way to do that there, but that would have been pretty badass as well to have that clip on somehow. So let's get these out of the way. Let's unpeg his swords from his hips. That up there. And oh yeah, that's nice. Get the other one here. Pop that peg back up. Get this one in. And there he is. Both swords. Awesome. Just gorgeous. He is ready for battle. Let us get his blaster out. Transform his blaster. And let's pick a hand. It's nice and sturdy. Looks great. Looks amazing.
And onto his interesting sword. Does anyone know where this sword is actually from?
Nope. Ouch.
Sorry about that. I needed a moment to recover. Okay, I think I'm good. I think my heart literally sank for a moment for being such an expensive figure, but on track.
By the power of Grayskull!
Oh, somebody done did it now. I don't want to see what happens next. Oh, damn.
Okay, so on to our obligatory size comparison. I think this figure scales really, really well with the Masterpiece series. Here he is next to MP44, as you can see, and Earthrise Optimus Prime. Now, he isn't exactly MP size according to the hashtag scale, but he is certainly super close. You can easily hang him in with the other MP figures on your shelves or however you display your figures. I wouldn't hesitate at all to have him in the Masterpiece combination. Shelves, playing, whatever it is that you're doing it into with your figures. So on to my final thoughts. Do I love this figure? Absolutely. Is he worth the asking price? Well, that's up to you. Is he high quality? 100%. So you have to decide, is he worth $600, $700, $800, $1,000 depending on where you get him? I'm personally happy with this purchase, and I look forward to having and reviewing more flametoys, kurokarakuri figures in the future. Well, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. And as always, stay young, stay fun.